For US viewers, the most interesting part of the upcoming Fronx update is its new powertrain direction. Instead of relying only on a traditional gasoline engine, Maruti Suzuki is exploring flex fuel and hybrid technology to make the vehicle more efficient and future-ready. A flex fuel system allows the engine to run on gasoline blended with higher levels of ethanol, while a hybrid setup uses a small electric motor and battery to assist the engine. Together, these technologies aim to reduce fuel consumption, lower emissions, and improve overall driving efficiency. In the US, where hybrid cars like the Toyota Prius and Ford Escape Hybrid are already popular, this kind of powertrain isn't new, but it shows how global markets are moving toward cleaner mobility. Hybrid assistance can deliver smoother acceleration, quieter starts in traffic, and better stop-and-go efficiency, especially for city commuters. Flex fuel capability also aligns with the growing use of ethanol blends in North America, making it a practical option for long-term sustainability. However, buyers should remember that new powertrain systems can increase vehicle complexity and cost. Still, for drivers focused on fuel savings and environmental impact, this technology represents a smart step toward the future of compact SUVs. For US viewers, one of the biggest talking points about the upcoming Fronx Flex Fuel or hybrid version is how it could impact daily fuel costs. With gas prices in many American cities still unpredictable, vehicles that improve mileage and reduce fuel consumption are becoming more attractive. Maruti Suzuki is expected to focus heavily on efficiency with this new powertrain, combining traditional gasoline use with hybrid assistance or ethanol compatibility to stretch every gallon further. A hybrid system typically helps during city driving, where stop-and-go traffic wastes fuel in conventional engines. The electric motor can assist at low speeds and during acceleration, reducing how often the engine needs to work hard. Over time, this translates into noticeable savings for commuters who drive daily or cover long distances. Flex fuel capability also opens the door to using ethanol-blended fuels, which can sometimes be cheaper and more environmentally friendly depending on local availability. However, US buyers understand that savings don't come instantly. Hybrid systems can increase the purchase price, and battery replacement years down the line can be costly. Still, for drivers focused on long-term ownership and better fuel economy, this kind of setup could deliver meaningful financial and environmental benefits. When it comes to driving experience, the upcoming Fronx Flex Fuel or hybrid setup is expected to focus more on smoothness and efficiency than outright speed. For US viewers who are familiar with compact crossovers like the Corolla Cross Hybrid or Kia Niro, the idea is similar. A small engine supported by an electric motor to make everyday driving easier and more refined. Maruti Suzuki is likely aiming to deliver better low-speed torque, quieter operation, and a more relaxed feel in traffic rather than sporty performance. Hybrid assistance can make a noticeable difference in city environments. Electric torque helps the vehicle move off the line smoothly, which means less engine strain and a quieter cabin during short trips or stop-and-go traffic. On highways, the gasoline engine still does most of the work, but the transition between electric and gas power is usually seamless in modern hybrid systems. This creates a more comfortable driving experience for commuters and families. That said, buyers should not expect a performance boost compared to turbocharged gasoline engines. The added weight of hybrid components can slightly affect acceleration. Still, for drivers prioritizing comfort, smoothness, and efficiency, this type of powertrain offers a balanced and practical everyday driving feel. For American viewers, pricing and overall value will be a major factor when considering a flex fuel or hybrid version of the Fronx. Vehicles with advanced powertrains typically cost more upfront than standard gasoline models, and this model from Maruti Suzuki would likely follow that pattern if it were positioned for a market like the US. Hybrid components, batteries, and additional engineering all add to manufacturing costs, which can push the sticker price higher than a traditional compact crossover. However, many US buyers look beyond the initial price and focus on long-term value. A hybrid or flex fuel setup can reduce fuel expenses over time, especially for drivers who commute daily or log high annual mileage. Lower fuel consumption means fewer trips to the gas station and potentially thousands of dollars saved across several years of ownership. In some regions, eco-friendly vehicles may also qualify for tax incentives, rebates, or lower registration costs, further improving value. On the downside, maintenance and repair costs can be slightly higher due to the more complex system. Battery replacement years down the road is another consideration. Even so, for buyers planning to keep their vehicle long-term, the balance between upfront cost and long-term savings could make this technology a worthwhile investment. Environmental impact is becoming a major buying factor for US drivers, and that's where a flex fuel or hybrid setup can make a real difference. Automakers around the world are under pressure to cut emissions and improve fuel efficiency, and Maruti Suzuki is moving in that direction with this kind of powertrain. A hybrid system reduces how often the gasoline engine needs to run, especially in city traffic, which means lower tailpipe emissions and less fuel burned during everyday driving. For commuters and families, that translates into a smaller carbon footprint without fully switching to an all-electric vehicle. Flex fuel capability also supports the use of higher ethanol blends, which can lower reliance on pure gasoline and support renewable fuel sources already used across parts of the United States. This makes the vehicle more adaptable to future fuel standards and environmental regulations. Many American buyers now want vehicles that balance practicality with eco-conscious technology, and this approach offers a middle ground between traditional gas engines and fully electric models. Still, it's important to understand that hybrid batteries and ethanol production have their own environmental considerations. Even so, reduced fuel consumption and lower emissions over years of driving can make this technology a meaningful step toward greener transportation. One of the biggest questions for viewers in the United States is timing, when a new powertrain like this could realistically arrive, and whether it's worth waiting for. Automakers worldwide are moving toward hybrid and alternative fuel systems, and Maruti Suzuki is expected to expand its technology lineup in the coming years. For U.S. audiences who follow global car trends, this kind of development signals where compact crossovers are heading better efficiency, lower emissions, and more flexible fuel options. If a flex fuel or hybrid version were to reach markets similar to the US, early adopters would likely benefit from the latest efficiency improvements and updated technology. New powertrains often bring smoother driving, improved mileage, and stronger resale value as the industry shifts toward greener vehicles. For buyers planning to keep a car for many years, waiting for a more advanced system can make sense financially and environmentally. On the other hand, waiting always comes with uncertainty. Launch timelines can change, early availability may be limited, and first-generation versions sometimes carry higher prices. For viewers deciding whether to buy now or hold off, the choice depends on priorities, immediate affordability and availability, or the long-term advantages of a more advanced, future-ready compact SUV.